So, did I mean to say Golden Guardians? I meant to say Golden Guardians, didn't I? No, yeah, I meant to say Team Liquid. Yesterday, Team Liquid was lucky that it was Saturday. Today is Sunday. It is time for Church9. It is time for LS, to forgive us our daily Morellonomicon, as we forgive those who Morello's against us, and just pick Soraka for Fudge. I asked him, is he going to be back to Soraka today? And Fudge gave me the biggest sigh I have heard from any person, and you've met me. I make stupid puns all the time.
You
An
hear a
even
lot of
bigger
sighs.
sigh.
That's true, yeah.
The man does not want to play Soraka, but it's available.
Maybe it's just a mind game, He's just trying to act like he doesn't want to play Soraka. But really, he's here for it. Karma first pick could be, if they're going towards that, it's honestly a three-way flex. So I do think it's pretty strong. It's one of the reasons that a lot of people were kind of asking, why is Karma getting banned instead of Janna? If Janna roaming Smite top is better, well, Karma actually works really well with Ezreal bot. You can even play it mid in supportive styles if you want to have a carry jungler.
Yep.
So early picking Karma, very powerful. Cloud9, I think, has been making a lot of use out of flex picks, right?
Yeah.
And this is something that they did yesterday with their kind of flex on the early Aurelia pick. They've done this with one early Enchanter pick and then, grabbing a second one late in the draft to really kind of round it out. It's going to be interesting to see if they match the rest of the roles, here on the Immortal side. They are going to go support, so we know it's unlikely, unless it is Karma support, then they could grab Ezreal and we could have a jungler picked up here for Xerxes and then kind of have parity in those first three picks. But interested to see where Cloud9 takes us.
Yeah, I am really curious because it's almost going to be the 100 Thieves special from the beginning games of Summer Split last year, where it was Abadaga on a bunch of Karma games, and
a lot of people
actually it worked out.
Backing Cloud9 there, 95% off of 2 picks. Wow.
The congregation is out. I like that. Flex pick Karma. We're just so much about it. Good. Yep. Always like the Renekton hover. LS. I think that's a smile behind the mask right there. It goes over to Aatrox. Yeah, there's the. I mean, honestly, they've already got Sinjao. It's not going to happen right here. Just going through a bunch of champions. He has played some of those, right? Fudge's Lee Sin actually quite
was
clean.
Really good. Yeah, his top Lee Sin was obviously quite popular for a while. It would be exciting to see something like this, but I doubt we're going to get it. If you're going to match roles, it feels like Ezreal makes a lot of sense.
Called it.
That is one of those super strong duos. So very likely it does mean that it is Karma Ezreal bot lane. Of course, this does not guarantee it. They have not been a team to actually do the Smite top stuff, so maybe they're not interested in it at all. But you could, of course, still grab another support, in the last couple of picks, and then surprise, Summit's playing this top, or surprise, Fudge is actually bringing this out as a new Enchanter in the mid lane. But I'm expecting that this is just bot lane. We have parity in the draft so far through the roles. So a little bit of focus on solo lane is going to be coming out from both sides. Banning out some of the kind of classic PoE picks. Syndra is a big one for him. Ahri is something that has really rose in popularity since the little mini rework or whatever you want to call it.
Yep. And it was C9's first ban, right? 'Cause, this is not one we're letting up. He played it even beforehand, as you mentioned.
And PoE has been tweeting about it, posting, screenshots and stuff of him popping off on it. So it's an obvious one to take away. Victor is kind of conspicuously absent from the pick and ban. But I would say of the meta champions, that was Fudge's most comfortable one. So if they wanted to just go a standard meta mid, you could actually take Victor here. It's pretty strong. It's a takeaway from Power of Evil as well. Of course, there are things like Orianna and Azir and whatnot that are available.
Here you go, buddy. We got an Iron hover. Thank you, Berserker. Yeah, I want to, and he's
I
like,
will not be baited.
Yeah, Fudge's like, yeah, I like that one. Give me that one.
Oh.
Zillion comes through.
I think it's Zillion support.
Okay.
That is actually my bet, is that we are going to have Zillion support because it is more popular in that role. Yes, everyone thinks of Bjergsen mid playing it, but he's the only mid laner in major regions that's actually playing it. We've seen Hillsong as well as a few other people in LEC have actually brought it out in support. And as far as solo queue goes, I've been seeing a lot more Zillion Emax support lately. If you think you're against not a super strong lane, you can actually scale incredibly well through this, and you kind of just try to survive that lane. The gank assist is actually really good. You can play well with your jungler. Again, though, it could be a flex pick, and Cloud9 really is highly prioritizing that. Because really, you don't know. Is this Summit's Karma top? Is this mid lane, Zillion? Is it actually a Karma bot? Is it a support Karma? You don't really know what's going on for sure.
Both champions are in any one of those three lanes right now, realistically. Now, personally, I will say I do not like Zillion support right now because I think Jinx Leona is a good lane, and Ezreal's 1v2ing because Zillion is instantly dead if he's ever in range of Flash E from Leona.
I will say, if you go Guardian and you start Relic Shield, it's actually relatively hard with Bone Shield and stuff to be able to actually 100 to 0 the Zillion. You do become relatively tanky. With those builds, you often have to grab a tier or something and kind of supplement your mana. But I do think there's ways around it. And we're going to find out exactly where they want to go. Malphite would be a great pick into the Jace as far as the 1v1. It's Viego as well.
Wow.
So it is going to be Summit playing Malphite top. And will it be Zilean mid? That feels most likely as the pairing, with the Karma Ezreal makes the most sense spot. So bringing out a new pick here for Fudge. Zilean, I do think, is actually really hard to play well. I think the laning phase is extremely poor in mid lane. This is one of the things that you have got to be really adept at. It's so easy as an inexperienced Zilean player to actually mess up your own farm with the bombs. You have to be on point with that in the early levels. Once you have enough AP, yeah, brain is kind of off. You just throw a bomb in on your own minion, then you double bomb and it kind of kills everything. But in the early levels, we're gonna have to see how good Fudge is at this champion. But I think they've built a really strong composition, one that is very difficult to pin down, one that can kite back, one that can hard engage. Zilean pairs really well, with the Xin Zhao as an aggressive pick. It also makes it almost impossible to actually dive on and kill the Ezreal, who's already very slippery if you have the revive for him as well. So this is going to be a super interesting one, whereas on the other side, Immortals obviously playing a much more standard comp. You